Hello, and welcome back to Mirrors for the PC-88. Last time, David elected not to take the pills that Susanna was trying to give him so that she could access the Devil King's power. And unfortunately, it turns out that doing that just caused him and Susanna to die even faster, which I think you might agree is not ideal. So now that we have exhausted those particular branches of the plot, let us rewind back to the day after David received a mysterious letter asking to meet with him alone, because this person apparently knows about the Devil King. So a few videos ago, we decided to tell Susanna about it like a smart person would, but this time, let's do the sensible thing and meet with this person alone. I'll be fine tonight. I'm so tired I'll probably fall into a deep sleep as soon as I close my eyes. That's good. Now that you mention it, I'm getting sleepy myself, so I'll be leaving. Have a good night, David. Good night. I hope to see you in my dreams tonight, which is not a creepy thing to say. Susanna left the room. David lay down on the bed and fell asleep immediately. I love to get hit with a loading screen immediately. That's my favorite thing. Hell yeah. Alright, loading complete, thank goodness. Worried about the letter, David woke up early the following morning. After tidying up his room, he took a cab to Cafe Alice. The cab driver knew the place, so he reached his destination 20 minutes before noon. David hadn't had breakfast, so he decided to have lunch. After finishing his meal, he looked at his watch while sipping his coffee. It was 11:55. David looked around the restaurant, but he did not see anyone that could be the sender of that letter. When the Big Ben rang midday, a man approached David's table. Sir Roger Moore? What are you doing here? It was a man in his 30s. When David glanced at his wrinkled suit, he thought that he might not have been an upstanding citizen. I apologize in advance, but I am going to have to do a terrible Roger Moore impression for this man's voice. Anyway, forgive me for bothering you when you're so busy. My name is Connors. I'm the man who sent you that letter. Connors handed him his business card and took a seat. The business card read, Nick Connors, reporter for the weekly gossip magazine Flash. I'm a celebrity reporter, but I like to think I'm a bit of a detective. Get to the point. How does a reporter from Flash know about the Devil King? If you're just here to write some crappy article, I'm leaving. Please, wait. You came here because of the letter, right? I was told about the Devil King by someone. This could be the scoop of the year if I can write about it. My dreams? A scoop? I don't know anything about the Devil King myself. Are you going to peek into my dreams or something? Ah, so he appears in your dreams. I didn't know that. The information I was sent seemed like occult fiction. I wasn't sure what to do with it. But I'm starting to think it might have been all true. So you didn't know about my dreams? What kind of information do you have? Tell me. If it's not made up, you can write your article about it. I wasn't sure what to make of it. That's why I wanted to confirm your side of the story. A certain person contacted me for an interview. I'm unable to disclose their identity, but I will say that they were in no position to lie. This person told me about how the Devil King was possessing you, using his powers to plant the seed of evil in your audience. He said that your audience, under the influence of that demon, would then commit murder, lose their mind, and die shortly after. It may well be that your consciousness is strong enough to keep the Devil King's power under control, but when the Star of Darkness from the edge of the universe approaches the Earth, your consciousness will be replaced by that of the Devil King. Something terrible will happen. They said that the Star of Darkness will reach us in 12 days. They wanted to reveal this information themselves, but they feared your fans would take it as a personal attack against you. That's why they contacted me. If I publish this article and nothing happens in 12 days, I'd lose my place in the entertainment business. But this person is a big deal. They have too much to lose. Are you for real? You called me here to dump this load of crap on me? I have no words to express my disgust. Ugh. If you want to write about it, go ahead. I don't care. I hope your editor's a horror fan, or he sure won't be happy when he reads your article. You've got balls to call yourself a reporter. Please don't misunderstand. I'm not trying to ruin your reputation here. I'm actually a fan of yours. That person said that publishing this article would save your life. They also said that you should keep your distance from your manager, Susanna. They said she's a dark sorceress who wants to turn you into the Devil King. It seems she used her sorcery to cause the incident that killed Ms. Claire, your former manager, in order to approach you. Does that ring any bells? This conversation is over. Yeah, right. I'm the Devil King. Susanna is a sorceress. What's next? Is Alan a werewolf? Maybe Andrew's a vampire. Come on, aren't you gonna tell me that Martin's a demon? I'll be honest, if Alan was a werewolf, he would be way more interesting of a character to me, but that is neither here nor there. I'm only trying to get as much information as I can, like that person asked me to. I'll contact you again once I've written my article. I think you should contact a good shrink first. Get some help. I'm leaving. Unlike some people, I'm actually busy. With a vacation. David was upset for having wasted his time. If he told Susanna about this, she'd probably storm into Flash's office and give them a piece of her mind. When he returned to his room, he found Susanna waiting for him inside. David, where have you been? I came to help you tidy up the room, but it looks like you're already done. I got up early, so I went out for lunch. No point in staying here. Let's go to my apartment. Finally. You've been staying in hotels for so long. I've never been to your apartment. This is exciting. The excitement will die down the moment you look around my room. I haven't cleaned up in ages. Alright, this is all the luggage I have. Let's go. After checking out at the front desk, they took a cab to David's apartment. When she entered David's flat, Susanna shrieked in panic, rushing to open the window. Dirty dishes were piled up in the sink. You could barely see the living room table under the empty bottles and cans. I can finally breathe. I must clean this up. Where do I even start? For now, let's make some space for you to sit down. Susanna started tidying up the apartment, at times shrieking, but she seemed to be enjoying herself, and David did not help at all, even though it was his apartment. When she was done, she went to a nearby supermarket to get what she needed to make dinner. David thought back to what Connors told him. I never told anyone about my dreams. How could anyone know about the Devil King? It's all so absurd. Too absurd to just be some kind of harassment. I should talk to Susanna about this. We all know that's a good idea. David could not talk about it with anyone else. Susanna knew about his nightmare. She would listen to him seriously. Susanna came back with a big bag of groceries. David wanted to bring up the subject, but Susanna was happily humming while cooking. He did not want to spoil the mood. Susanna chatted with David while cooking. I can only make something simple with this little time, but don't let that fool you. This is professional chef level. Can't wait. I've never smelled something so delicious in my room before. I've always either ordered takeout or eaten out. My kitchen never saw much use. Susanna placed the dishes on the table. It's ready. Come sit at the table. The table was laden with several different dishes. David whistled at the sight. As you can see, I'm pretty good at cleaning and cooking. Now eat up before it gets cold. It's delicious. Forget restaurants, this is the good stuff. That's it, I'm only eating your cooking during our vacation. Oh, you're just flattering me. There aren't any restaurants in the countryside, so you'd be stuck with my cooking anyway. We never set a date for the trip. When do you want to leave? 2 weeks in the countryside would be boring. I say we spend some time in your apartment and just leave in your car whenever we feel like it. Yeah, if we're going to Hayworth, it's more convenient to drive there. Besides, I like the idea of going on a road trip without a set goal, whereas I find that prospect kind of terrifying. If I'm going to be taking a trip, I would like to have some sort of destination in mind. I actually went on a road trip last year. I drove across the country, and boy howdy, that was a thing. We don't really have time to get into that here. That's a whole other tangent, but it was good. I'm glad I did that. Anywho, David and Susanna were enjoying themselves, eating and chatting about their plans for their vacation. After drinking a beer, David started feeling tired. He had woken up earlier than usual that day to meet the reporter, and he was not used to it. I think I'm going to lie down for a while. After all this talking, 1 beer is enough to knock me out. You don't usually get drunk like this. Well, I'll tidy up here and go home. Huh? You're leaving? Aw, don't do that. I thought we were spending all of our time together. I'd like to stay with you too, but this is your apartment. What if someone finds out? It'd be all over the media. I don't want to be a bother. Eleno Vision will keep going even if we're together. If this is enough to worry you, how would we ever get married, he said, despite knowing his literal manager for less than a month. Jesus Christ, David. Get married? Like, see? She's been purposefully buttering him up this entire game, and even she's kind of surprised. Like, dude, come on. Slow your roll a little bit. God. Are straight people okay? Anyway. Yes. I've been thinking about it for a long time. Susanna, will you marry me? I often dream about becoming your wife. You're so famous, I was thinking about giving up. Right. She is just as into the idea as he is. Yes, David, I will. I'll be the wife you want me to be. I am cringing into the stratosphere. You have no idea. God, like, y'all, this isn't 1837. You can take your time. Susanna jumped in David's arms and kissed him. They entered the bedroom together. Probably should have voiced it like that. Anyway, meanwhile, Clark and Vince were inside their car, parked outside David's apartment. I am feeling the need to make a lot of jokes this video. I don't know why. I hope that's not bothering too many people this far in. I don't think she's coming out. Did you know they were an item, Chief? Nope. I'm as surprised as you are. You got any pics of our lovebirds entering the apartment together? Once our contract's over, we could sell them to some gossip magazine. This shit is gold. No way, Chief. I'd feel bad about it. Anyway, how about we leave? The lights are off. I don't think she's coming out. David and Susanna. Apparently, Susanna's mother was a dark sorceress, particularly famous among fortune-tellers. It also seems Susanna herself dabbles in fortune-telling. Now that you mention it, all the people she met during the tour had something to do with divination. Then there's that ring that has our client so worked up. David has no special interest in fortune-telling, but he does like that ring. It wouldn't surprise me if our client was connected to that stuff, considering how concerned they were about it. Maybe you should get one of your colleagues to look into our client. They probably have some kind of connection to Susanna we don't know about. We're supposed to keep an eye on our lovebirds during their vacation. Investigating our clients before we're done would be a breach of contract. That said, I can make a few calls. I feel like we're getting involved in some creepy occult stuff here. Honestly, Chief, I'd rather back off before we're in over our heads. Yeah, I get you. If they offer to extend the contract, I'm going to refuse. Well, she ain't coming out. Stakeout's over. Let's go. Clark and Vince's car pulled away from David's apartment. David and Susanna were sleeping together, hugging each other. Then, David heard a voice calling out to him. He sat up on the bed, looking around the room. Excuse me. I hope you didn't hear that. There was no one else except Susanna. She was sleeping. David focused his senses, trying to find the source of the voice. Someone's calling me. There's no one else here, but I can hear it. Who could it be? David. Who are you? Show yourself. I am King Hroth. I swore upon the Star of Darkness that I would return as the Devil King. Now that the Star of Darkness approaches the earth, my blood begs for my resurrection. The voice sounded so clear that David looked around the room once again. No one but him and Susanna were there. David, by laying your eyes on the blood of the northern tribes, my blood, flowing within your veins, shall awaken, and the power of the Devil King will be manifest. You must use that power to sever the blood of the King of the North. Are you saying I'm a descendant of the Devil King? Well, I refuse. I don't need the power of the Devil King. I'm fine the way I am. That will not do. The King of the North will hunt you down and kill you in order to sever the bloodline of the Devil King. You cannot withdraw, for the fated battle has already begun. So you're behind the nightmares, the visions I've been having. I'm not going to become a murderer for the sake of a grudge from a time long past. The power of the Devil King is already manifesting itself in you, due to the influence of the Star of Darkness. You have no other choice, David. You must follow your destiny. What do you mean the power is manifesting in me? You're insane. I know nothing about this Devil King business. Nothing! Susanna was awakened by David's outburst. David, what's wrong? Who are you talking to? Her voice brought him back to his senses. He could no longer hear the voice of King Hroth. You're sweating like crazy. Did you have a nightmare? It was neither a nightmare nor a vision. It was King Hroth. I heard his voice. He told me that I've inherited the blood of the Devil King, and that I'm manifesting his power because the Star of Darkness is near. King Hroth, you say? I didn't hear anyone. And he said you're one of his descendants? He said that I must lay my eyes on the blood of the northern tribes, awaken as the Devil King, and sever the blood of the King of the North. I don't know who that is, but he must be a man. I'm not a murderer. The Star of Darkness. That's the star upon which King Hroth swore to return as the Devil King. Did he say anything about where to find the King of the North? No, nothing about it. He only said that because I've already manifested the power of the Devil King, the northern tribes will come to kill me. Maybe we should cancel our trip. Why? Do you think it might actually be true? There's something I haven't told you. The reason I woke up early this morning was to meet someone, to talk about the Devil King. David told her about the letter he received and his meeting with Connors. He took care not to mention his accusations regarding Susanna. His story sounded like a load of crap at first, but only the two of us but only the two of us should know about the Devil King, or the Star of Darkness. How's that possible? We don't know who this mystery person Connors talked to is, other than he's someone important. What would they have to gain from tricking you? Could he be the King of the North? The King of the North. Yeah, he would know about the Devil King and the Star of Darkness. I want to see him in person. If he does work for that weekly magazine, he might have an impact on our future concerts. I'd like to know who we're dealing with. Damn it. Just when I thought I was free from my nightmares, now I'm haunted by the ghost of King Hroth. Some vacation this is gonna be. I used to think they were just nightmares, but after what King Hroth told you, I'm starting to think they might be premonitions. I'm going to look into this King of the North. David and Susanna continued to talk until dawn. They only got up from bed in the early afternoon. Susanna called the offices of Flash. As luck would have it, Connors himself picked up. They agreed to meet up at Cafe Alice. When David and Susanna entered Cafe Alice, they found Connors sitting at a table. Had to clear my throat real quick. While they took a seat, Clark and Vince followed them inside and sat at a nearby table. As there were not many customers, it was difficult for the detectives to eavesdrop on the conversation inconspicuously. The dang tablecloth makes it impossible to stick a bug. We'll have to use the directional mic, Chief. Too much noise to hear anything clearly, but we'll have to make do. Take a pic of the guy before he notices us. I feel like I've seen him before. He's definitely not a detective. Their table's against the wall. Between that and the music, I can barely catch anything. Oh, here's something, Chief. It sounds like he's one Connors, reporter from a gossip magazine called Flash. He doesn't ring any bells. What? Devil King? David is the Devil King? And his songs will cause people to lose their minds and kill people. Well, sounds like someone lost his mind already. Susanna's pissed. She doesn't want him to publish this crap, but he says he's serious. I guess fame attracts all sorts of loonies. So she wants to know his source, but he won't tell. I wonder, why would she care about a source? It's as if she actually believes it. It's gotta be because he mentioned the Devil King. Also, apparently he mentioned stuff he only ever saw in his dreams. Here's what I think. This guy wants to make a lot of cash. She took out a tape recorder from her purse. Ah, so she's got evidence of their conversation. Look at his face. This isn't the time to be impressed, Chief. Susanna and David are leaving. Keep tabs on her. I don't think she's gonna go anywhere special today, but you never know. I'm going to tail this Connors guy. Something smells off about him. Vince followed David and Susanna outside. Meanwhile, Clark stood up calmly, paid his bill, and went outside, waiting for Connors to leave the cafe. That night, Connors made a phone call to David's apartment. Once she learned who it was, Susanna answered the phone on David's behalf. Is it me, or does Susanna's portrait look a little weird facing this way instead of the usual orientation? Anyway. Ah, Ms. Susanna. I originally contacted Mr. David, because, as his fan, I wanted to confirm some details with him in person. I never thought you'd end up threatening to sue. After our conversation, I contacted that person, and they said they wanted to meet the two of you. What should I tell them? Won't you tell us the name and occupation of this mysterious person? I don't like meeting someone I know nothing of. I'm afraid you'll have to find out once you see them. Besides, I'll be coming as well. You have nothing to worry about. Alright then. Tell me where and when. They're going to tell us the day of the meeting. I'm supposed to pick you up at 9 and follow instructions. They're always busy, so they can't really arrange a meeting that easily. Isn't that strange? They want to meet us, but won't even tell us where. Very sketchy. I'm inclined to agree, but they said there's no point in telling us more unless you're sure about meeting them. So, what will it be? Hold on. I can't make the choice for David. David wanted to know more about the Devil King, so he let Susanna know he agreed. We're going. You better not be trying anything strange, or we're going to sue the hell out of you and your mystery friend. Are we clear? Susanna put down the receiver. She looked worried. If this person is a descendant of the King of the North, we'd be walking right into a trap. This could all be one big setup. We'll never learn anything if we keep doubting them. I'm not convinced I'm a descendant of the Devil King myself. Even if they're the King of the North, they won't kill us on the spot. But you heard what King Croth said. I wish we had a gun. We'll have to make do with a knife. If the blood of the Devil King really flows in my veins, then that power will protect me if we're in danger. I've been having nightmares for so long, it's a miracle I haven't lost my mind. I need something to go on. I see your point. If anything happens, I'll be there for you. David and Susanna were convinced that the person they were going to meet was a descendant of the King of the North.